My beloved brothers and sisters, have you ever felt tired not in your body but in your heart? Not because of what you're doing, but because you keep watching others, how they're living, what they're achieving, where they are going. And you keep thinking, what about me? Why am I still stuck? Let me tell you something very important today. Peace doesn't come from watching others. It comes when you finally stop and focus on your own life. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is stay silent. Your life is yours and no one else's. You weren't created to copy. You were created to become. Allah made you with your own path, your own test, your own story. He gave you a heart, a soul, a purpose that's completely yours. So when you spend your time comparing your life to someone else's, you're not just wasting time, you're ignoring the unique gift Allah gave you. Look around. Everyone is rushing, getting married, building a career, posting their moments. And sometimes you look at them and think, why am I still stuck? Why is my life so different? But what you're seeing is not the full picture. You're only seeing the highlights, not the pain, the struggle, or the tears behind the scenes. No one posts their heartbreak. No one uploads their moments of confusion and fear. So don't let a fake version of someone else's life make you doubt your own. Your delay is not a punishment. Your slow progress is not failure. It's all part of the plan. A plan written by the one who knows what your heart needs 7 before you ask for it. When you compare, you begin to question Allah's wisdom. But when you trust, you begin to grow. You stop worrying about what everyone else is doing. And you start asking, what does Allah want from me right now? Because no one will live your life for you. No one will walk into your grave with you. No one will be questioned about your salah, your character, your heart. So stop chasing their path. Stay on yours. Even if it's slower, even if it's quieter, even if no one claps for you along the way. Because your path is not meant to impress people. It's meant to please the one who created you. And the one who created you never makes mistakes. Silence is strength. In a world that's always loud, where everyone wants to be heard, seen, praised, silence feels rare. But silence in the eyes of Allah is not weakness, it's strength. Today, people rush to speak on social media, in arguments, in gossip. We feel like we always need to say something, explain ourselves, defend our point, or correct someone else. But the truth is, not every situation needs your words. Sometimes staying silent is more powerful than saying the perfect thing. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu gave us clear and beautiful advice. Whoever believes in Allah and the last day, let him speak good or remain silent. Bukhari and Muslim. This hadith is simple, but it carries deep wisdom. Not everything we think needs to be said. Not every opinion needs to be shared. Because once words leave your mouth, you can't take them back. And how many times have we hurt someone, caused pain, or even embarrassed ourselves just because we spoke too quickly? Silence teaches you patience. It gives you space to think before reacting. It protects your heart from anger, your tongue from sin, and your relationships from damage. It allows you to respond with mercy instead of pride, and with calm instead of chaos. When you're silent in a moment of anger, you are in control. When you're silent in a gathering full of gossip, you are protected. When you're silent instead of arguing back, you are choosing peace over ego. And most importantly, silence gives you time to connect with your soul. It gives your heart room to reflect, to pause, to ask, is what I want to say pleasing to Allah? Will this help or harm? If the answer is no, stay silent. Because sometimes the best response is no response. And sometimes the strongest person is the one who walks away quietly without proving, without shouting, without needing to be right. That is the silence that brings peace. That is the silence that Allah loves. Fix yourself first. It's so easy to notice when someone else is doing something wrong. She shouldn't talk like that. He's not praying properly. They're not living like good Muslims. We say these things without even thinking. Sometimes it happens in conversations, sometimes in our hearts. But what we often fail to do is stop and ask ourselves, what about me? What do I need to fix? The truth is, it's much easier to talk about someone else than to confront our own flaws. Looking at others keeps the attention off ourselves. Pointing at their mistakes makes us feel like we're doing okay. But this is a dangerous mindset, because on the day of judgment, you won't be asked about anyone else. You won't be questioned about your sister's hijab, your brother's habits, or your friend's sins. You won't stand with your family or your social circle or your favorite speakers. You will stand alone, and Allah will ask, what did you do with the knowledge you had? Did you guard your tongue? Did you pray with sincerity? Did you treat others with kindness? Did you lower your gaze, forgive quickly, repent sincerely? Our problem is we spend hours talking about other people's faults, but we spend barely 5 minutes checking the condition of our own hearts. We cry about what they posted online, but we forget the things we've hidden offline. We complain about someone else's choices while quietly holding on to our own sins. And here's something even more dangerous. Sometimes we feel better about ourselves by exposing someone else. We think, at least I'm not like her. Or at least I don't do what he does. But that's not real growth. That's arrogance wearing the mask of righteousness. It's shaitan fooling us into feeling superior. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu gave us a beautiful reminder. Blessed is the one who is too busy with his own faults to notice the faults of others. Authentic hadith. That's the mindset we should carry. Because the more time you spend judging others, the less time you spend improving yourself. And the more you fix yourself, the less you feel the need to talk about others at all. Fixing yourself doesn't mean you become perfect overnight. It means you keep trying, you keep checking your heart, you keep working on your tongue, your intentions, your reactions, your salah. It means you're more focused on earning Allah's mercy than pointing out why someone else might not deserve it. And do you know something amazing? When you truly start working on yourself with sincerity, your presence begins to change. People feel calm around you. Your words carry more weight. Your silence starts to speak. You no longer need to lecture others. Your character becomes your da'wah. Your humility becomes your reminder. Because hearts are not changed by harsh judgment. They are changed by genuine compassion and quiet strength. So make dua for those who are struggling. Just like you hope someone is making dua for you. Be patient with others. Just like you want Allah to be patient with you. Correct with wisdom or remain silent with dignity. And remember, changing the world doesn't start with fixing them. It starts with you, with your own soul, your own salah, your own relationship with Allah. The cleaner your heart becomes, the clearer your purpose will feel. And the more you fix your private life, the more barakah will appear in your public life. So stop pointing, start purifying, and let your life be the quiet proof that Allah's mercy is still working deep within you. Don't let noise distract you. The world today is loud, very loud. It pulls you in every direction, telling you who to be, what to have, how fast you should get there, and what your life should look like. And when you don't meet those expectations, you start to feel like you've failed. You're still not married? You haven't bought a house yet? You don't have kids? You're still trying to figure out your career? It hits deep. Even if you weren't worried before, the questions start to plant doubt in your heart. And you begin to wonder, am I behind? Did I do something wrong? Is everyone ahead of me except me? But here's a gentle truth. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are simply walking the path that Allah chose for you and that is not meant to match anyone else's. You see, we live in a world that only shows the outside. People post the smiles, the wins, the perfect moments, but they don't show the panic, the tears, the silent heartbreaks, or the fear they hide behind filters. So when you look at their life and then look at yours, you're comparing what you know, fully your pain, your delays, your prayers with what you barely know about them. It's not fair to you. And it's not fair to your soul. Because only Allah knows your full story. He knows what you've survived. He knows how much effort it took just to get out of bed some days. He knows the nights you stayed awake crying, not even knowing what words to say. He knows every dua you made, every moment you held back from sin, every silent battle you fought just to stay on His path. So don't let the noise of this world confuse you. Don't let timelines designed by people distract you from the timeline written by Ar-Rahman, the most merciful. Maybe you're not married yet, not because you're unworthy, but because Allah is still protecting your heart. Maybe you're not rich yet, not because you're lazy, but because Allah knows too much too soon would harm you. Maybe you're still struggling, not because you failed, but because Allah is preparing something better than you ever imagined. And if you keep comparing yourself to others, you'll never feel peace. Because there will always be someone ahead of you. But guess what? There will also always be someone wishing they had your patience, your resilience, your closeness to Allah. So stop letting this world tell you who you are. Stop letting strangers online determine your value. Stop living for approval that disappears faster than it came. Instead, wake up every morning and ask one powerful, simple question. What does Allah want from me today? Not what the world wants. Not what people expect. Not what your age, culture, or timeline says you should have. Just, what does my Creator want from me today? That question brings clarity. That question removes pressure. That question pulls you out of people's spotlight and places you into Allah's care. Because the truth is, you're not falling behind. You're being guided step by step by the one who knows exactly what you need when you need it. Every delay has a reason. Every quiet season has a lesson. And every time things don't go your way, it may just be because Allah is saving you from a path you can't yet see. So let the world race. Let them rush. Let them chase goals that aren't written for them. You stay grounded. Stay calm. Stay focused on your soul. Because you're not walking toward people. You're walking toward Jannah. And when that's your destination, it doesn't matter how slow the journey feels. As long as you're still moving, you're doing just fine. And when Allah is pleased with you, that is the only success that will ever matter. What you hid Allah rewards. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Not your growth, not your success, not your healing, not your closeness to Allah. Because the one who matters the most already knows. Allah sees what others can't. He knows your heart better than you do. He knows the sincerity behind every small act. He knows the effort it takes just to get through the day with faith intact. And yet, in the world we live in today, everything is a performance. People share their accomplishments, their changes, even their ibadah, not always to inspire, but sometimes just to be seen. And slowly, without realizing it, we begin to think that unless something is posted, it didn't happen. Unless others see it, it doesn't count. But with Allah, it's the opposite. The deeds that are hidden are the ones He loves most. The moments when you cry quietly, wiping your tears with your sleeve, asking Him for strength, that's what He remembers. The times you help someone, expecting no thanks, no recognition, He writes it down. The night you wake up just to make a short dua, even though your body is tired, He treasures it. Because with Allah, what you hide sincerely is heavier on your scale than what you show for attention. The Prophet Muhammad said, وَتَلَمُ عَلَى هُمَنْ. The most beloved deeds to Allah are those done consistently, even if small. Bukhari and Muslim, not the ones that go viral, not the ones that get the loudest applause, but the ones that are quiet, gentle, pure, a small act, a private prayer, a hidden repentance, a good word held back to avoid arrogance, a secret sadaqah given without your name attached. These are the deeds that will greet you when you stand alone on the day of judgment. Not your likes, not your followers, not your social posts. So don't let the world pressure you into performing your deen. Don't feel like you must show the world that you've changed in order to prove it's real. Because real change doesn't need an announcement. It needs consistency, it needs sincerity, it needs silence. Keep praying, even if no one knows you're struggling. Keep making dua, even if you've been waiting for years. Keep repenting, even if you've fallen into the same mistake again. Keep doing good even if no one says thank you. Allah sees it all. Every effort, every moment, every silent victory. And the reward from Him is not temporary like people's praise. It's not loud. It's not fleeting. It's eternal. When you do something only for Allah without needing to be seen or praised, you unlock a type of peace that nothing in this world can match. Because you're no longer performing, you're worshipping. You're no longer chasing people, you're walking toward Jannah. And that's why it's okay if no one claps for you. It's okay if no one notices how hard you're trying. It's okay if your transformation happens quietly, behind closed doors. Because Allah is the one who lifts the sincere. He is the one who honors those who hide their good for His sake. He is the one who turns your quiet moments into mountains of reward. So, choose silence. Choose sincerity. Choose to let your heart speak more than your voice. Because in the end, it's not what you show that matters. It's what you hide with love for His sake that earns you His mercy. And that is far greater than anything the world could ever give. Protect your peace by walking away quietly. Not every person in your life is meant to stay forever. Not every voice deserves your attention. And not every friendship is a blessing. Some are distractions. Some are tests. Some are soft poisons that slowly dim your light. Sometimes it's not what people say that harms you, it's the energy they bring into your life. It's the constant complaining, the hidden jealousy, the endless gossip. It's the way they laugh when you talk about your goals. The way they make you feel like you're too religious, too serious, too different. And slowly, without realizing it, you change. You talk less about Allah. You feel uncomfortable doing the right thing around them. You pray less, reflect less. You start to hide the parts of you that were once closest to Allah just to feel accepted by people who are drifting far from Him. That's not friendship. That's spiritual suffocation. You don't have to stay in places that make your heart feel heavy. You don't have to defend your sincerity to people who mock your efforts. You don't have to shrink yourself so others can feel comfortable. You can walk away quietly, peacefully, with dignity, Not because you're arrogant, not because you think you're better, but because your peace matters, your faith matters. Your connection with Allah is worth more than any gathering, any friendship, or any social circle that makes you feel further from Him. You were not created to fit into every crowd. You were not created to please people who aren't even trying to please Allah. You were created to worship, to grow, to protect your heart. And sometimes pleasing Allah means making difficult choices, walking away from people you once cared about, creating distance from those who used to be close, closing doors not with anger but with wisdom. Because not everyone deserves access to your heart. Your heart is a sacred place. It's where your intentions live. It's where your du'as rise. It's where your love for Allah begins. You cannot let people poison that space. If someone is constantly pulling you away from who you want to become, if they make you feel guilty for choosing the deen over dunya, if they laugh at your seriousness, your modesty, your prayer life, then it's time to let them go. Even if that means fewer messages, even if it means sitting alone sometimes, even if it means people talking behind your back. Because being alone with Allah is far better than being surrounded by people who take you away from Him. Your peace is not in the crowd. It's in your sujood. It's in your silent du'as. It's in the friends who remind you of Jannah, not just the dunya. So guard your peace. Guard your salah. Guard your purpose. And don't apologize for protecting what matters. You don't owe explanations for choosing your soul over your social life. You don't need to justify growing into someone Allah is pleased with even if others don't understand. Give your best energy to the one who created you. Give your time to people who increase your faith, not your doubts. Give your love to those who value your akhirah more than your appearance. And if you ever find yourself choosing between people and your relationship with Allah, choose Allah every single time, because He will never betray you. He will never drain your light. He will never mock your sincerity. And when you walk away from what hurts your soul for His sake, He replaces it with something far better, with peace, with clarity, with the kind of love that brings you closer to Him. So walk away with a clean heart. Wish them well. Make dua for their guidance. But don't let anyone steal the peace Allah is trying to build inside you. You were created for more. Protect your heart like it belongs to Jannah, because that's where you're trying to go. Trust Allah's timing deeply, quietly, sincerely. Yes, you're still waiting. Is still hoping. Still waking up with silent prayers on your tongue and sleeping with a heart full of questions. You've tried. You've made dua with tears. You fasted, you've prayed. You've watched the days pass and nothing seems to change. And deep inside, maybe you're wondering, is Allah listening? Am I being ignored? Why is everyone else moving forward while I feel stuck in the same place? You see people getting married while you're still alone. You see friends buying homes, getting jobs, reaching milestones. And you start to think, maybe I missed my chance. Maybe I'm not worthy. But let me tell you, you're not forgotten. You're not behind. You're not being punished. Because delay is not rejection. Silence is not abandonment. It's preparation. It's protection. It's mercy that your heart can't see right now. Allah heard you. He heard the dua you whispered with shaking lips. He saw the tears you hid from the world. He knows every beat of your heart and every desire you've tucked deep inside it. But sometimes what you want isn't what you need yet. And sometimes what you want is beautiful, but it would hurt you if it came too soon. So He waits. Not because He's cruel, but because He's wise. He's preparing the moment when everything will fall into place in a way so perfect, you look back and say, Subhanallah, now I understand. You may not see it now, but every delay is doing something. It's building you. It's strengthening your patience. It's humbling your heart. It's shaping your character in silence. Because sometimes what Allah wants for you is bigger than what you're asking from Him. You wanted a spouse, but He wants to prepare you for a peaceful marriage. You wanted success, but He wants to clean your heart so that success doesn't ruin your faith. You wanted a blessing, but He's removing the people and habits that would poison it. And you only see the delay, but He sees the bigger picture. So stay quiet, not in sadness, but in trust. Trust that the one who wrote your story knows exactly when to turn the page. Stay focused not on what others are doing, but on what you need to do today to earn His pleasure. Because you are not in a race with anyone. Stay sincere not for the world's applause, but for the reward that only comes from Allah. Do good even when no one sees. Stay kind even when no one thanks you. Make dua even when the wait feels endless. Because when you focus on your life with sincerity, Allah focuses on you. He places light in your heart. He guides you in ways you don't even realize. He protects you from things you wanted but couldn't handle. And when Allah is with you, walking beside you, you don't need anyone else. Not the crowd, not the timeline, not the approval of people who don't understand your path. Because His timing is never early and never late. It is always, always perfect. And the day will come maybe sooner than you think when you will look back and say, if I had received what I was begging for back then, I wouldn't have been ready for it. But now I see why Allah made me wait. So walk through this season with quiet hope. Let your heart whisper, Ya Allah, I trust you. Even when I don't understand, even when it's hard, even when it hurts. Because your wait is not empty. It is full of meaning. It is full of reward. And above all, it is full of Allah's love. My dear brothers and sisters, let them run. Let them chase fame. Let them race for applause, for attention, for the world's spotlight. Let them count followers, chase trends, display their every achievement. Let them speak loudly about things they barely understand. Let them decorate their lives for people who will forget them tomorrow. You? Don't follow the noise. Don't let your soul get lost in the crowd. Don't let your purpose shrink under the weight of what others think. Stay silent not out of fear but out of trust. Stay sincere not for approval but for Allah's pleasure. Stay connected not to the world but to your Lord. Because real strength is never loud. It doesn't need attention. It doesn't perform for likes or applause. True strength is found in the quiet, in your patience when no one sees how hard it is, in your tears when you break before Allah but smile in front of people, in your ability to walk away from sin when no one would have known, in your choice to forgive when you could have spoken in anger, in your hidden du'as that echo in the heavens even though no one on earth hears them. This is the strength that the angels record. This is the sincerity that Allah rewards. This is the character that lives uneven after you're gone. You don't need the world to remember your name. You just need Allah to be pleased with your soul. And that happens in silence. That happens in stillness. That happens when you live for what is eternal, not what is temporary. Think about it. The most powerful acts in Islam are private. Tahajjud, dua, sadaqah, istighfar. No one knows them but you and Allah. Yet those quiet deeds, they shake the skies and soften the heart of Ar-Rahman. Don't let the world distract you from your real journey. It's not the one that's posted. It's the one you walk in secret. It's the one written in your heart. It's the one leading you slowly, quietly to Jannah. So let them race toward the world. You race toward Allah. Let them show off. You hide your good deeds like treasures, because the less the world sees, the more Allah rewards. Let them compete for status. You compete for sincerity, because the moment you start living for the eyes of others, you begin to lose sight of the one who created yours. And remember, some of the greatest people in history were never known by the world, but they were famous in the heavens. They didn't need likes. They had light. They walked this earth quietly. They spoke only when needed. They loved deeply, gave freely, and worshipped sincerely without ever needing to be noticed. And now, their names are written in the skies. Their rewards are eternal. So don't fear being unseen. Fear being insincere. Don't fear being left out of the spotlight. Fear being left out of Allah's mercy. Because the only approval that matters is the one that comes from above. And the only success that lasts is the one that leads you to Jannah. So keep walking. Even if it's slow, keep praying. Even if you're tired, keep striving. Even if no one sees, because Allah sees. And when Allah is with you, nothing else matters. May Allah purify our hearts, protect our tongues, and give us the strength to live quietly, faithfully, and meaningfully. May He write our names among the sincere, among those who walked gently and returned to Him in peace. Ameen.